Hi, Mel here, and in today's video I'm taking the Eurostar as I travel from Paris, France to Brussels, Belgium. This was my first experience with Eurostar and it seemed like a great option for this route. I also considered flying, but available flights seemed to be less cost-effective and more time-consuming in the long run. So how was the trip? Would I consider traveling with Eurostar again? And was Premier Class worth the extra cost? I hope you'll come along with me today to find out. Also, if you enjoyed this type of content, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's get started. On a recent trip to Europe, I was able to spend a few days in Paris on my way to Brussels. To get to Brussels, I considered flying, but based on cost, time, and logistics, Eurostar seemed like a much better option. Eurostar's high-speed trains allow passengers to travel quickly between many of Europe's major cities, including London, Paris, Brussels, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Cologne, among others. With Eurostar, the 260-kilometer journey from Paris to Brussels takes less than 90 minutes. Plus, you depart and arrive from the heart of each city, making this much more convenient than flying. Booking a ticket with Eurostar can be done very easily through their website. And when your options pop up, you'll see that the service runs frequently, with roughly 20 to 26 direct trains every day. The ticket price for the trip can vary depending on how far in advance you're booking, what time of the day you're looking at, and what class of service you want. In terms of class of service, Eurostar offers 3 options: Standard, Plus, and Premier. Standard class includes standard seating and a standard luggage allowance, but you'll have to pay if you want any food or drink. Plus class includes extra spacious seating, a standard luggage allowance, and a snack or light meal on longer routes. And finally, Premier class provides lounge access, extra spacious seating, a more generous luggage allowance, gourmet meal service, and complimentary beverages, including alcohol. On the day I booked, I was able to get a Premier Class ticket for $150, which I thought was a great deal. I took an Uber to Paris's Gare du Nord train station a little more than an hour before my departure. I was dropped off a block away due to traffic issues, but it was a quick and easy walk. Unless you're going to London, the Eurostar lounge you'll have access to is located a very short walk from the train station. If you're facing the main entrance, the lounge is to your left. Upon arrival, I presented my boarding pass. The desk agent welcomed me inside and I made use of the ramp for my luggage. Right as you enter, there's a bookcase filled with complimentary reading materials, both magazines and newspapers. I was surprised to find the lounge so empty when I arrived. It's one long room broken into smaller seating areas. The look and feel of the lounge surprised me in a good way. The 139 square meter space was renovated in 2025 after Eurostar and Thalys merged. The result is warm, charming, and welcoming. The front room especially feels like a Parisian cafe, with big windows welcoming in the sun and the busy sidewalk views. I love the black and white tiled floor, furniture made of natural materials, and the many touches of greenery. The outside view from the side room is a beautiful Parisian courtyard. Lots of comfortable wicker seats here. There's also a bar in this area, but it doesn't open until 3 p.m. each day. Right past this area, you'll find the complimentary food and drinks. The offerings are not extensive, but the area is neat, clean, and well-stocked. When I arrived, the morning selections were out, which included juices, meats and cheeses, hot drinks, various bread options, and cereal. Not long after, the staff switched to lunch snacks. There were salty snacks, fresh fruit, various wine options, and plenty of non-alcoholic beverages. Again, nothing extensive or exciting, but you'll have something to tide you over until you get your meal on the train. The area in the far back seems to cater to business travelers. There are more outlets here than in other parts of the lounge. And there's a small room with a desk if you need solitude for work or a phone call. Finally, there are 2 unisex bathrooms. I found them to be modern and clean, with diptyque amenities. While still in the lounge, I received an alert that my departure time was delayed, and the train would now be leaving at 12:33 p.m., 15 minutes later than the original time. So I left for the train station around 12:15, and it took me less than 2 minutes to reach the main entrance. My train would be departing from one of the tracks straight ahead. The track number wasn't on the announcement board yet, but there are always plenty of interesting sights at a train station to keep me entertained. And before I knew it, the track was announced and everyone was heading over to board the train. One of the advantages of both Plus and Premier Class is the 1x2 seat configuration in the premium cabins. As a solo traveler, I really appreciate when I don't have to sit next to a stranger. My seat for today's journey is seat 61 in coach number 11. Here we are, seat 61. The seats are red velvet with leather headrests. Above the seats are very generously sized luggage racks. I love this because I prefer to keep my luggage near me when I travel by train. Now that I'm seated, let's check out the seat. There's a small footrest you can fold down. A mini tray table, plus a larger tray table. And to the right are the options for charging, a power outlet, and a USB port. There are basic retractable armrests that are not very plush, but at least the seat is nice and soft. On the lower right of the seat is the button that controls the overhead light. This is also where you'll find the seat controls to move the bottom of your seat forward to recline or back to a more upright position. The train departed at 12:33, exactly as the Eurostar notification had predicted. Within minutes of leaving the Paris train station, an onboard crew member came by with the menu and a refreshing towel. According to the menu, lunch would include an amuse-bouche, a main course, a cheese course, and dessert. The main course was a choice between two dishes: rosemary pork loin with kohlrabi, potato salad and roast carrots and turnips, or giant couscous and curried turnip salad with pepper, squash, broccoli, ricotta, and spinach. Drink options included champagne, red wine, white wine, rosé wine, beer, or autumn fizz, a non-alcoholic cocktail. I ordered the couscous and the autumn fizz. With a trip of only 1 hour 26 minutes, the crew was very quick and efficient. This was more food than I expected, and everything looked quite good. The mocktail had the Eurostar brand, and ingredients included watermelon juice, mint, lime, and sparkling water. You could definitely taste the watermelon, and the mint and lime added some depth to the drink. I actually really enjoyed it. The cauliflower amuse-bouche seemed more like a first course, but I really enjoyed the mix of cauliflower, horseradish, and cream. The couscous salad was even better. It tasted fresh and healthy, with the ricotta cheese adding some richness to the dish. I was happy that there were plenty of vegetables. The cheese was served with a pear and shallot compote, and the bread roll made a perfect accompaniment. But hands down, my favorite part of the meal was the dessert. The chocolate cake was incredible. Many interesting layers, a thin chocolate bottom, then a cookie layer, and then a mousse-like rich chocolate layer with cookie crumbles on top. So good. Following the meal, we were offered coffee or tea. I asked for chamomile tea, which is always a nice way to end a good meal. With time quickly running out, I knew it was now or never if I wanted to check out the lavatory. I was pleasantly surprised about how large, bright, and relatively clean it was. On the sink, the soap dispenser, water faucet, and hand dryer are all in a row. And good news, the garbage flap has a hands-free pedal. As we make our approach into Brussels Midi train station, what's my final verdict? Did I enjoy the experience of traveling with Eurostar? Does it make sense to travel this way rather than fly? And was Premier Class worth the extra cost? I can honestly answer yes to all three questions. First, I actually really enjoyed the trip. It was both fast and convenient. Meal service started right after we departed, and by the time we finished eating, the trip was almost over. The time really flew by. My seat was comfortable, and I loved that I didn't have to sit next to a stranger. I was also grateful that I could keep my bags nearby. And I would most definitely consider taking Eurostar again over flying. It was so convenient to leave from the middle of Paris rather than having to get out to Charles de Gaulle Airport. Moreover, you can arrive close to departure time for routes within the Schengen zone because you don't even have to go through security. And overall, I saved both money and time. Finally, I would definitely consider booking Premier Class again. I enjoyed having the option of the lounge, and the meal service was actually really good. But that being said, it would depend on the price difference between Premier and Plus. The seating for Plus Class is just as nice, so if the lounge and food aren't worth the price difference to you, then you should just book Plus Class. This is a good time to mention that, as always, my travel experiences are not paid for, sponsored, or discounted in any way, and nobody was informed that I was doing this review. If you enjoyed this tour and review, let me know in the comments. And if you've traveled aboard Eurostar yourself, I'd love to hear about your experience. What class of travel were you in, and were you happy with your choice? Also, would you like to see more train reviews from me in the future? Finally, if you enjoy content like this, I hope you'll hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It's a great way to help the channel and enables me to make more videos like this one. Until next time, happy travels.